Hello, this is Dr. Makola, and if you haven't guessed already, today we're going to talk about saunas. And many people don't realize how they've been around for centuries and have come from a rich tradition of providing healthful benefits. I'd just like to give you a brief background on sauna therapy. Most likely the Finns were the inventors and the first users of something they called sweat baths. But it's also popular in many Eastern European countries and Asia. Now, these sweat baths were used as a way to keep, not only as a way to keep clean, but also socially. In fact, most Finns have, almost all of the people in Finland have saunas in their home. It's really something they even construct before the home is done frequently. Now, research shows that deep sweating has multiple health benefits, and that regular bathing in a sauna can help you benefit from a deep sweat because in the heat of a sauna, your core body temperature begins to rise, and as a result of that, your blood vessels dilate, causing increased blood flow. And heat from the blood moves towards the surface of your skin, of course, and so your body tends to cool off. Now, your body's nervous system sends signals to all the sweat glands in your body, which are stimulated to produce sweat, and it begins the process of cleansing your skin and eliminating toxins. Now, this deep sweating is all part of the sauna lifestyle that can help you look better and feel better. So some of the potential health benefits from sauna use includes helping to relieve stress. It provides a warm, quiet place to be relaxed without distractions. It relaxes your muscles and helps soothe aches and pains. And the high temperatures actually release endorphins, endogenous morphine substances that causes generalized pain relief. So most natural health experts are in strong agreement that saunas are a very useful tool to help aid in detoxifications. They help cleanse your skin, and they induce a very deep sleep. When your body temperature rises in the evening from a sauna, it will fall by bedtime, helping you to really facilitate sleep. And I frequently use sauna treatments before I go to bed, and I can strongly confirm that this has been my experience. Now, it also improves cardiovascular performance, as with regular sauna use, you can help train your heart muscles and improve cardiovascular output. It also influences your regulatory system. Additionally, I like to add sauna therapy at the end of my peak ache workout. And what I typically do is after I finish the workout, I'll go on a rebounder for a few minutes, which helps eliminate some of the waste products and improve the lymphatic circulation. Then I do the sauna therapy, and then I go back out and do the rebound again for a few minutes. Now, saunas also provide an enormous amount of recreation and social benefits, and relaxing in an environment that actually helps you socialize with your family and friends. So many people really find that it helps them feel good and helps them relax and restore their body and really move in a healthy direction. But I really want to warn you that that a sauna works best when it is part of an integrated health program, something that we talk quite a bit about on this side, and that is making sure that your diet is optimized, that you're eating fresh, locally grown, organic foods that are really key. And in addition to those foods, you want to make sure you have lots of vegetables. My favorite is to use freshly squeezed vegetable juice. I use about a quart a day, but you can use less. Make sure you get plenty of Himalayan salt in there too, because that will help replace the electrolytes get lost with this massive amount of sweating. You also want to, of course, get plenty of sleep, and as I said, the sauna used before bedtime can be enormously beneficial for that. Now, what types of saunas are there? One is the far infrared sauna, which I have an example of here, and the other is the traditional one, and there's a benefits and disadvantage to each one. I'd like to review some of them for you now. The traditional sauna typically can be used with steam, and when the steam is used, you'll have higher temperatures that approach even up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. But typically lower, it can be used in lower. And there's also user controls with humidity, which also can be typically controlled by sprinkling water on the heat source, which is typically these rocks that are heated from an electrical heating element. The high temperatures produced in these saunas typically induce sweating indirectly. And people are using these types of sauna. As I said, they typically would pour water on the rocks to create steam, which also increases the humidity level and tends to make some people feel more comfortable. The steam also helps to moisten nasal passages and allows the use of aromatherapy by mixing essential oils with the water, and that's a whole other area that one can review and study for additional health benefits. Now, bathers typically should allow 30 or 40 minutes for the sauna to heat up because it tends to get better benefits at a higher temperature when you have a traditional sauna. And a recommended session is about 10 or 15 minutes or so. And you might think, because it's a large room and you're heating up to a very high temperature, that the energy cost would be significant, but surprisingly, the average cost per kilowatt hour in the United States is only about 11 cents. So it costs about 30, 40 cents to heat up a traditional sauna, and then about 25 cents an hour after that. Now, with respect to far infrared sauna, and as I said, this is an example of one, that you typically can use lower temperatures of about 120, maybe up to 150. And they tend to be very similar to what your normal ambient house humidity levels are. The goal is not to achieve a high temperature because these infrared panels generate deep penetrating infrared heat that goes directly into the body, and there's a lot more surface area of the panel, so the body is able to absorb it directly, and it tends to penetrate deeper. So energy from these far infrared heaters are typically well received. And the far infrared energy, as I said, deeply penetrates the skin. It warms the muscles and joints, and the wavelengths that are produced by some of the newer panels are really optimized for maximal absorption to the body tissue. As with the traditional saunas, you want to wait till it heats up, and typically it takes about 20, 30 minutes or so. And the recommended session is also about the same, 10 or 15 minutes. But because of the lower temperature, many people can double that time easily without any problems. The infrared saunas use less electrical energy and maybe cost about 18 cents to heat it up for the first hour, and maybe 7 to 10 cents for every hour after that. So additionally, if you're going to consider infrared saunas, which you want to be aware of, that they've been around for about 15 years or so, and they've morphed through a number of different generations. One of the initial generations used these ceramic panels, and they had relatively low EMF. But the science progressed, and now most of them are using carbon panels. And we're actually into like the 5th generation of these far infrared saunas. And interestingly, up until just the very recent time, for the last 10 years, most of the far infrared saunas has a concern that virtually none of the manufacturers are addressing, and that is the fact that these panels, these carbon-based block panels, emit very high levels of EMF, not only electrical frequencies but magnetic frequencies. And ideally, according to the Swedish standard, you want to have less than 2.5 milligauss in your environment, and some of these saunas can go well over 100 and 150 milligauss. So it's, while it's providing a health benefit, you certainly are exposing yourself potentially harmful electromagnetic radiation. I just want to caution you there. And if you're going to select or use a sauna, is to find one with low EMF. Unfortunately, there's some simple, easy tools you can check this for yourself. Typically, an EMF meter, you can pick them up for under 100 or between 100 and 200. One I like to use is a tri-field meter, and then you can just measure the sauna all around and inside near the elements all over, and you'll find if it's in those standards that I just mentioned. So you'll find, if you look carefully, there's virtually none of the infrared sauna makers are addressing this issue, so it's a very few and far between. So that's one of the only cautions I would advise you to be concerned about if you're seriously considering using one of these, or purchasing them. But if you're going to use one, I personally wouldn't use one unless I had my EMF meter and checked it out first. So sauna therapy has been around for centuries. Obviously, many people find benefits for it. It's something I would encourage you to consider. I think there's a lot of healthy benefits. It can be part of a healthy lifestyle that allows you and your family to take better control of your health.